There we go. That's much better. And then I just gotta grab... Where is the URL?
Isn't there like something for Instagram? That's not a URL, just like a little tag or something.
If there is, I don't know. Um,
Let me see. Uh, Jaded Twin, yeah. Okay. I'll do Jaded Twin.
that should be my original YouTube account.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the direct link. I can put this in here so Tyler can watch.
Posting things. Jaded Twin. I hate that I can't do links on Instagram unless I'm famous.
Right? Because I've been trying to like set up links to various different parts of my internet life on Instagram, and it's like, no, you can't do that. Sorry.
Yeah, I've only noticed it when I asked a kind of sort of famous person
Mm.
on Instagram at least to do like a, like a variant cover for us
Yeah.
and also to push the comic a little bit. And he's like, and he did like swipe up for to go to the website. I was like, what? I was like, you could do this all along, but no, I can't.
Nope. You have to have like a. It's like the verified account on Twitter,
Yeah, and or over 10,000 people.
which is absurd.
Yeah, that guy has 90,000. I have no idea how he does it. Are we live right now?
Yes, we are.
Oh. Hello!
See us talk.
See your stock, yeah. Oh, well done. For using the proper way.
I try.
How did you even know that?
I googled it
Okay.
because
But how did you know it's gonna be like there's even a plural?
I
Like how did
assumed.
you know? You assumed that, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
German has a plural for you all as well. So I just kind of figured
Yes.
that like most European languages probably do.
Y'all.
Yeah, y'all.
Y'all. Yeah. That's where the English doesn't have that. It's just you.
Yeah, I mean, in America, it's not uncommon to hear y'all, but it's still like
Yeah.
not
Or you
correct.
guys.
Yeah,
I've seen that map where it says it's like there's two parts of America, and one says y'all, one says you guys.
I say y'all. It's more
Yeah.
inclusive.
Yeah.
Mm. I should put something on my Instagram saying,
Yeah, go on.
"Hey, yo, live streaming. Just go to the YouTube. I don't have a link because I'm not famous." Yo, live streaming.
I'll even do Twitter, even though no one cares about me on Twitter.
Alrighty, in a sec, I will be ready right now. I am drawing again. Hooray!
Yay! So we reached the new pixel art stickers thingy.
Oh,
How
yeah.
do you feel about that?
I'm pretty excited. The fact that all of my artwork is now available for people to purchase.
Now you can share it. I know
Yeah.
I've been holding you back like a conservative father in a dance movie. And now you can be free.
I can dance to my heart's content.
Exactly. Uh, awesome. Yeah, sir. We had a bit of an overnight surprise with the Kickstarter. Quite a few people overnight just went for it. Nice way to wake up.
Oh yeah.
We busted 2 stretch goals actually.
Really?
So yeah, so now I have to make up some new ones. So I was like, I spent today scrambling for artists. If anyone will make me anything in a short notice.
I mean, in theory I could, but I don't know if we want to.
Yeah,
I don't want to dominate the art.
and yeah, it's a delicate game between price and that kind of stuff as well, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like I kind of figure out with the pixel art stickers, like, okay, it'll cost this much, and this thing. I think an art print is more worth it at the moment.
Yeah, a little bit.
Viewers.
I mean, like, it's also a comic, not a indie developed video game.
Yeah, but it's something that unique, you know.
Oh yeah.
That's why I asked you to do it. 'Cause it's, you know, it's something. It's like, yeah, but you can say that about like people who I heard they have different styles to do Last Rival artwork. You know,
Mm-hmm.
pixel art is just a style.
Oh, for sure.
So like, it's just like a different way of looking at it.
Yeah, I saw a tutorial on YouTube the other day of this guy doing a pixel art comic, like a single
Yeah.
page strip. It was really cool.
How long did it take him?
Um, well, the video itself was only like 10 minutes long, but I think
Yeah.
this guy usually pumps out one video a week, so he's probably working on that particular page for like a few days.
Mm. Okay. That's
But
not bad.
yeah, it really depends on the workflow and the complexity of the pixel art.
Yeah. Did it have color and everything?
No, he did just a one bit, so that's like black and white, and then he added a
Oh, okay.
splash of like a little bit of red here and there.
Okay. That makes more sense. Well, if you ever want to do something like that, I'm open to it. I just don't have any ideas for it at the moment.
Neither do I. All my ideas are video games.
We can do a blender chapter because that's already like just like this experimental thing that has like very different artists every time,
Mm.
very different styles every time.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fun.
I'll think of something. I'm trying to spread my wings at the moment. I might even get into some board game stuff.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I've got a friend here who's very enthusiastic about it, but he says he needs my drive because he can never finish things. I never thought of myself as a driven person, but you know, I guess I can look like that when, you know, other people can't seem to finish things.
Yeah, I
I
understand
don't
the
know,
sentiment.
I just like the way I think about it is, I got nothing. Like, what else am I gonna do? I'm gonna work in this supermarket, become a manager, you know?
Right?
Not really. So, I just gotta do something. And I've got all these ideas, so I might as well do something with it.
Exactly.
So it's not, I don't really think of it as drive, I think of it as just, it's almost like fate, you know? In a rational way,
Yeah.
like I can't control it, it's just what's gonna happen. Because what else am I gonna do? I'm not really interested in anything else.
Pretty much. I mean, that's with me and my art is like I'm whether or not people pay me, I'm still gonna do it.
Yeah. Have you seen the map? The final map of the last rival? Which you are getting inspired from?
This? Right.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah, no, there's a final version.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, it's got a spacey background now.
Oh, I just realized that all the main characters aren't here too.
Yeah, some of them multiple times. You see on the little tunnels,
Yeah.
they're there multiple times.
That's really cool. It's like a Where's Waldo?
Yeah,
Or
I love shit like this.
Where's Wally
I
for
love,
those Brits watching?
uh, in Hungary it was something else as well, but I forgot. Let me check. I'm curious now. Because I had some of those books.
I,
I wanna...
I don't think it is this in German, but my first reaction to that is Where's Waldorf?
No.
It just sounds like a German version of Waldo. Wo ist Waldorf?
Well, we do a lot of like, especially German, you know, rip-offs. Oh no, it is Baldo. I remembered something else, but apparently it is Baldo. Which one was which again?
Wally is the British one. Waldo is the
Wally
American.
is the British. Okay. Well, we used the American one then apparently.
Because it's cooler.
Very. Yeah, we steal a lot from Germans. I noticed I was watching the movie Suspiria, the remake.
Yeah.
And there was like, they have the dance academy and it said Tanz. And it's like, that's just what you say in Hungary. That's just dance in Hungarian.
Is it?
And also, yeah, Tanz, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. So there's, as you'll learn, you'll discover so many more. I just started watching foreign films. Another thing that I discovered, but this might be more Austrian than German. They have these pancakes called, I don't know what it's called in German, but it's called palacinta in Hungarian.
Oh, I listened to a podcast about that recently, actually.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I've just seen that word in German. It's like very similar. I was like, oh no, we ripped them off too.
I can't remember the German word for it, but I think it would be like Pfannkuchen or something like that.
Yeah, it was like very similar. Hold on. Palachinkan. Yeah, it might be more Austrian, because Austria comes up a lot.
Well, and they're like
But yeah,
kind of right next to each other.
Yeah, and we one country at once. Did you know that?
Yes, I did. Austro-Hungary.
Yeah, it was like the most unnatural marriage of countries ever. So unnatural they had to have two different capital cities.
Mm-hmm. Well, and their armies didn't do too well in World War One because they spoke like 5 different languages. It was hard to
Yeah,
communicate.
yeah. Also, they tried to do like the Habsburg tried to do colonialism,
Mm.
and they failed miserably. But there are some little colonies in China that are Austro-Hungarian, and it's very very interesting.
That's very
It's like
strange.
near, yeah, it's like near Hong Kong
Huh.
as well. Yeah, and there's like Hungarian stuff there and
Well,
Austrian stuff there.
yeah, I know that there's a Hungarian tribe down in northern Africa.
Yeah, that might be a legend kind of thing.
Yeah,
Because
because
I tried to look into that, and it just sounds very urban legend kind of thing.
mm-hmm.
Like a guy had 7 daughters, and all those daughters moved to that place. Like,
I
that
don't
doesn't
know
sound real
about
to me.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but I know what you mean. Yeah, well, we all come from Russia. Did you know that?
Yeah, the Ural Mountains.
Yeah, but we're still like kind of pinpointing where exactly because it's a
Mm-hmm.
bit weird, especially like with the connection of the Finnish and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's very weird.
Although like Finnish is still distant enough to not be mutually intelligible.
No, not at all. Completely not at all. You just have to like really research it to see
Yeah.
the similarities.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
similarities are only so far as like super long words and crazy grammar.
that's crazy for you.
Yeah, that's
Makes
true.
sense to me. Yeah, but our wordage is more Turkish and Austrian and Slavic. So like sometimes I hear my Polish colleagues like I just hear them. I was like, oh yeah, we say the same thing. It's so weird because we never learned that in school. I
Really?
learned that here
Huh.
by mixing with them and just going to their shops.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the more I spend my time in German, the more I realize like all the Germanic languages really are not that different.
Yeah,
Um, like I've never really studied Dutch at all, and I can read a lot of Dutch.
yeah, yeah. You are lucky. You could learn so many languages. The poor Hungarians are alone in the world.
Yeah,
We're too linguistically isolated.
yeah. It's a little bit like Basque, where it's just like there's no one else that speaks a language like this.
Yeah, it's weird. It is weird when your own neighbors don't know what you're talking about,
Mm-hmm.
but we're gonna teach you. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna be teacher, even though I'm shit and I can't explain anything. If you have any questions, why is that like that? I don't know. I don't remember. I tried to block those memories from my brain of learning Hungarian, of learning grammar, proper grammar.
I mean, German's a little bit the same, where it's just like, why is that like that? Cause it
Uh,
is.
yeah, and I know in Hungarian there's a lot of exemptions there's exemptions to every rule,
Mm-hmm.
but the only thing I like in Hungarian is that you pronounce every letter the same way in every word.
Oh, that's like in
It's so nice.
German. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Unlike English.
Ah, English is such a mess with that. except there's an exception to that too as well, but the only one is in fancy names.
Mm.
It's like W's in fancy names which are not used in Hungarian.
Yeah, like
It's
loan
stuff
words
like
and
that.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. How did we end up talking about languages again?
I always talk about language.
Yeah. I told you I wanted to learn Japanese, but I always get discouraged, like, what am I gonna do with it? You know, like, I just want to do it as a challenge,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure I can keep up my motivation, like, with that I want to learn it, you know?
Yeah, I understand that because like last summer, when I didn't have a job, I spent a lot of time looking at like kanji and trying to memorize stuff and picking up some of the grammar. And then I was like, what am I doing? I only watch anime. I don't actually talk to Japanese people.
Yeah. I don't even watch anime, so it's even less useful to me.
Well, yeah, a little bit. At least with Hungarian, I have like a real excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a
I
lot of
got
people who
friends.
actually speak Hungarian.
Yeah. And family and stuff
Yep.
now. Sorry, I don't want to get too much into that.
No, no,
I
but
forgot we're
like
live.
it's just one of those things where it's just like it's kind of nice to have like a real good excuse to have that language in your life.
Yeah. I mean, you're not gonna do anything with it, ever.
No, I'll probably go to Hungary and then everyone will speak English with me.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, maybe not where your family's from. It's
Yeah,
in the
probably not.
countryside, less people, but in the capital, yeah, you can just speak English to anyone. Anyone will understand you.
That was the most frustrating part about Berlin for me. I was just like, I want to practice my German with you. And they're like, I want to practice my English with you. And I'm like, I'm in Germany. Speak German.
Yeah. Yeah, we went to Amsterdam, that's the same thing. It was
Mm-hmm.
like, there was not a one point where not speaking one word of that language was stopping us. Because it's like everything is in English. Everyone speaks English.
Yeah.
It's great.
They speak English better than me.
Probably. And me.
I don't have an excuse. I'm not a native. I am a native speaker. I just speak dirty, dirty American dialect.
You sound fine to me.
For the most part. Let's see.
At least I understand you. I make some accents.
Yeah, they're.
Me and my girlfriend watching like Great British Bake Off and stuff like that.
Mm.
And I'm just being racist. I'm just like, why don't you talk normal? Why can't you talk normally? I don't understand any word you say.
You're not
And
speaking
I know
English.
that's actually like my like caveman brain just kicking in, and I can feel it. Like my instinct is, why don't you talk normally?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's weird. Poor people with dialects.
Yeah, the one time I actually saw a Cajun dialect in person, I was just like, are those words? I don't want to be rude, but I don't think you're saying words.
You mentioned that before, but I don't think I've ever heard that before. Cajun dialect.
It's a mix of French and Southern American English.
Okay.
And even a lot of French speakers have a hard time understanding Cajun.
Okay.
Where it's not like Quebecois, where it's just fancier Canadian French.
Mhm.
They use it's more of like a Creole of two different languages rather than a dialect.
I've got a question for you.
Hmm.
Because I was watching a video earlier, and you know there's this app called Grammarly,
Oh yeah.
and it like fixes up your grammar. And there's a video of a lady saying it was racist because it's like discounts some dialects. Is
Uh,
just do you think that's correct?
Depends on what it's doing. So if it says something like AAVE, which is African American Vernacular English, if it says
Yeah.
that that grammar is incorrect, then yes, it is factually racist.
Yeah, she gave some examples. It's like, yeah, how some dialects speak, and it just wants to correct that. And my larger question is grammar racist then? Because like, if like our language is like flexible and malleable,
Yeah.
and like if like a person, like a white person, is like, oh, this is how you should speak, and this is the correct way of speaking, isn't that racist?
A little bit. I would agree with that, depending on the context, because um, personally, I am what's called a descriptivist, which is that grammar is used to explain how people speak, not how they should
Mhm.
speak. It just like it
Yeah.
describes their mode of conversation.
Yeah. That's what I
Um,
mean.
but if you are then using that to um, prescribe how you should speak, then that's where I would argue that it becomes kind of racist.
Mhm. Yeah. It's just an interesting thing for me because, like, yeah, I started learning about descriptionism and all that stuff. Then I learned like dialects and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like kind of the whole thing starts to smell like bullshit to me, you know? Like, in a way,
Yeah,
it's
and
like,
well, and most like actual linguists, myself included, will tell you that there's really no difference between a dialect and a language. It's just that one is air quotes more official than the other.
yeah,
Um, honestly, if I
right,
can understand you, I don't care.
yeah. It's just a weird thing I've been thinking about. Like, where are the borders of this? You know, it's interesting.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely an interesting topic to get into, and I would highly recommend anyone listening to actually look into it. Interesting stuff.
Oh my god, we're live.
Well, I'm alive. I don't know if I am live.
I don't know if I'm alive. Maybe I'm in the afterlife. Maybe this is hell. Us trying to set up live streaming is hell.
It's my version of hell.
Are you excited to get back to the game?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, me too. I've got some more ideas. And I kind of want to like finish Cement up and get on with other projects as well.
Yeah, I feel that, where it's just like, because we kind of put it on hiatus, as it were.
Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
What are you doing from now?
I'm doing highlights and shadings and just kind of like refining the outlines of some of the ship structures.
Mhm.
Um, Sometimes I talk while I'm doing it, but
No, that's okay. It's my job to keep up the conversation. So you just do you. You do you.
I try. Oh, I'm gonna show off one of
Yeah.
the reasons why I like using Sprite so much. So
Go on.
dithering is this concept of, like, I talked about it last stream, but you put little squares down and you kind of like make a little pattern like that. But one of the cool things you can do with this software is I can select this pattern, and then I can just turn that into a brush, and I can just like, wee, hooray, it's a pattern. But I selected the wrong one. I want that one.
That's cool.
So I can just kind of paint it in.
Yeah, that makes things easier a bit. Nice.
Oh, oops, back. I don't want that. And then kind of give it a little pseudo randomness, and that's just kind of how I give things a little bit of a texture and make things pop.
That's so weird. To me, it doesn't draw. It's just randomness, and then all of a sudden, it makes sense.
That's kind of how art works.
Yeah, I always try to draw, but I just don't have the patience for it. And I would be my worst critic. So I wouldn't actually ever publish anything, even though it would come handy.
Oh, I hate most of the art I pump out. Like, once I'm done with something, it disgusts me and I move on.
Yeah, I've kind of changed from that. At least the writing part. I mean, there's some stuff that is like that. Outdated stuff, but I don't know. Sometimes I read back and I'm like, oh. With The Last Driver, it's a good example. It's like some people complain that there's nothing happening in issue 1. And like I read it back, I'm like, wow, I actually did all these subtle, super subtle setups for later payoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely
like,
not agree
actually,
with the nothing happens in issue 1. It's like, it's the first
yeah,
issue. You got to set up the premise and the characters. Like,
yeah. I was actually proud of myself reading it back. I was like, wow, there's some stuff you have no idea that's a setup. And it's so subtle and so cool.
well, that's the mark of good writing.
Yeah. Am I a good writer? Alan Moore said I'm a good writer. That means I'm a good writer.
You're way better than, like, some directors and movie writers. Zack Snyder is one of them.
Well, low bar. I keep thinking Zack Snyder he would be a really great director of photography. I don't know why he doesn't do that. I think he missed his calling.
Yeah, like, because I was watching his version of Justice League, and I was like, this is a really, like, I wouldn't say pretty, but, like, well shot film.
Yeah, it's cool looking.
Yeah, it is cool
looking. When you listen to his Watchmen commentary, he describes everything as cool.
Yeah.
And that's where I started hating that movie. I was like, oh, that's for every decision of his is about how cool the visuals are. So this is why I think he missed his calling, because he would be a really good director of photography.
And I really like the audacity to put a major film like that in a 4x3 format.
Yeah, that's just in here in Britain we call a wanky decision. He's like a wanker.
Yeah.
He's a celebratory, self-celebratory kind of
Yeah.
bullshit thing.
Well, and like, I disagree with the decision for that kind of film, but I do wish that more films would actually play with the overall like picture format.
Yeah, but like, have you actually seen why is it 4:3?
No.
What's his reasoning is? It's so bad. So it's like when you look at how IMAX captures film, it is actually an almost 4:3 format.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's his reasoning, is that, oh, I'm gonna give them the IMAX experience
At
at
home.
home from streaming. Fucking, you see less of the image because you put it in that format, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
It's not a smart person.
Not particularly.
Oh my lord.
Again, I like the concept of like a modern movie bucking tradition and saying we're gonna put it in this format because that would make sense.
Yeah.
Um, like.
Have you seen Ghost Story? Ghost Story did that.
Oh no, I was actually gonna bring up Grand Budapest Hotel.
Was that 4:3? I don't even remember.
It actually changes aspect ratio depending on the time period it's in.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It starts
I've seen it
out
a long
as
time ago.
I think it starts out at 16:9. Then it goes into
Yeah.
the classic anamorphic, and then in some scenes it's 4:3.
Mhm. Wow. I have to rewatch that.
I like Wes Anderson films, so.
I like him too. He made a movie that's very similar to one of my stories, but he made it cutesy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the Moonrise Kingdom.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I wrote a novel that pretty much has the same plot, but it's super depressing and more emo and shit. And it's terrible, and it's in Hungarian, so you can never read it.
I will learn to read it to spite you.
No, just to embarrass me.
Yeah.
I will do something with the story
Yeah.
itself, because the story is still intriguing to me.
Well, if it is like pretty much like his movie, then yeah, it is a good story. I like that movie.
Yeah, I'm writing a script right now, and it's kind of like that. But there's another wrench in the works, because like you know how, so in the story, in my story at least, there's like a disease going on.
Mm-hmm.
Not like a viral disease,
Yeah, yeah, but
but a disease, and one of the symptoms is loss of taste, loss of touch, loss of yeah, whatever is a smell,
yeah.
like with COVID, and then like what, and I was gonna keep that. I was gonna be like, okay, that's not that similar, and then it came out that some of the variants give people like a blue lip,
Oh,
like
whoa.
that turns their lip blue.
Really?
And yeah, and then I was like, and then that's exactly what my like latest symptoms were, and so I'm like, now I definitely have to change it. It's like, fuck.
Yeah, that's it's a little too close.
Yeah, so I like predicted the whole pandemic pretty much. So I started writing this in like 2019, before the things happened.
Yeah, there's no way you would have known.
Yeah, but yeah, this will be my like first film script. That's gonna be after. I'm gonna jump on after The Last Rival.
Have you never actually written a film script before?
I did.
Okay.
But well, it depends what you count and stuff.
Yeah.
Because like, I did short films in Hungary. but it wasn't that serious.
Mm.
It was just with friends and stuff.
Yeah, I did the same thing
So
in high school.
yeah, so that I did that kind, but now it'd be much more professional with a lot more experience behind it. But yeah, it'll be a nightmare to get it funded and shit. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
You look at the last rival. We're doing amazing, 1,600.
Yeah, I was looking at that
But
this morning. I was like, damn, it's 2 weeks left
yeah,
too.
but I got no profit from that. It needs to reach like at least to the 10k mark to get into profit
Oh,
territory.
oof.
Yeah. So that's partly my bad because I'm making this such a detailed kind of story.
Mm.
You could do like a simple comic and make a nice profit on it with this, but not me. Just gotta make things harder for myself, as always.
I understand that completely. I do the same thing.
And my movie is gonna be finally LGBTQ themed.
Nice.
I missed that community a lot of times, and now I'm finally making up for it. It'd be something that you'd never see from me. It's so weird.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like a romantic thriller.
Huh.
It's like it's a lovey-dovey movie, but super depressing and full of existential crises.
I would not make a movie like that, but
Yeah.
I also want to remake Event Horizon to make it good.
Eh, why? There's Annihilation, the best sci-fi horror movie ever made that you still haven't watched. So if you watch it, you'll realize it's completely pointless to remake that.
I just like horrifying cosmic shit.
Yeah.
I just want something that's not like Paul W.S. Anderson, but in space. Or like Space Hellraiser.
Hmm. Is there any movie that's also similar to that?
Yeah, there's so Hellraiser had a film set in space. I think it was like Hellraiser 4. And it's
Oh, that's the bad one, right?
yeah, it's the really bad one.
That's the Alan Smithy one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it's basically just Event Horizon.
Okay.
Like almost
Sure,
to
there are
the
more.
T.
What other space horror films are there?
There's not a whole lot.
Let me check.
And the few that do exist try way too hard to be Alien, and that frustrates me as well.
Oh yeah, Alien. I forgot Alien. Okay, there's Life, which is I haven't seen. There's all of them are called Life. Life, High Life, Life Force. That's funny. I've seen Life Force. That's cheesy. Total Recall. I guess that's kind of horror.
I wouldn't call that horror at all. That's more like
Well, it's
that's a thriller.
horror. Yeah, horror is very broad, but if you include like gory, just because it's gory, some people just say it's horror because it's gory.
Oh
You know?
no, that's not what I call
Yeah,
horror.
some people do. Predator. No, that's just action.
Yeah, that's. I consider
Killer,
Predator a parody of action films.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Ew. Ugh. Ugh. No, thank you.
Mars Attacks.
Is that horror?
So the short answer is no. There are not a lot of space horror films
Yeah, I was
because
gonna.
Google is like working overtime trying to find some.
Yeah, I want like In the Mouth of Madness, but space.
Mhm. Hey there, how's the stream going? It's going okay.
Hey, we
I need
finally.
to pee.
Yeah, we finally have someone asking questions.
Yeah, I was just about to. We're going alright. I'm feeling laid back.
I'm extremely tired, but that's because I didn't sleep at all last night.
Why not?
I just have sleeping problems.
Oh, that's not good.
Well, I smoke a particular substance to help with that, but sometimes it doesn't help.
Okay. Okay. Are you hiding it? Is it legal in your?
Yes, it is very legal where I live, so.
Oh, cool. I thought that's why you're using.
No, it's not something that I'm super proud of or anything.
Well, everyone's got their poisons.
Yeah.
Most people it's alcohol, which is worse.
Uh, Far
I've
worse.
got food, which is worse. So.
I understand that. Food is tasty.
Yeah.
Sometimes too much
That's
food is
that's
not.
my problem.
Yeah.
The food is tasty.
I haven't always had the best relationship with food either, so.
No. Yeah, my problem is that I work these 10-hour shifts, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm on my feet. I'm doing 30,000 steps a day.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
crazy.
lot.
It is a lot. I was like, I'm broken by the end of it,
Yeah.
and I it's just nothing. First of all, I need a lot of sustenance on those days just to keep me going. But I only do 3 days, so my body gets used to this, and I don't do much on the other days. So that would be the solution. That I do a lot of other stuff
Yeah.
on my days off, but it's hard. I gotta go away for a minute.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
I will entertain people, I guess.
Entertain the nation.
It is pretty reasonable to be a little frightened of people turning into skeletons. Especially when you're a kid. Don't tell Dan. But the ship is pink now. Oof. Making the ship pink.
And we're back. Ooh, pink. Nice. What?
I was just messing around while you were gone, hoping that you wouldn't watch that.
Oh. How dare you? This is a serious operation.
Yeah, Alien messed with me as a kid for a long time.
I've only seen it when I was an adult.
I love it now as an adult, but when I was a kid, it scared the shit out of me.
You know, speaking of languages, You know how like in Hungary they always change the title, and sometimes give them like the movies like horrible long idiotic subtitles that spoil the whole movie.
Yeah, my favorite example is the Star Wars in Hungarian is just nuts.
Is it? Wait,
I,
Star
I
Wars?
yeah,
No,
I saw a
are you
poster where
sure?
it's just like this big long like subtitle under it. I don't know if that's just like a common thing or if it was just like one poster, but
I don't think Star Wars has that. I think that was probably just saying, Empire Strikes Back in Hungarian.
yeah, maybe. I don't know, but like I do understand what you're talking about.
But there's a good exception to the rule, which is Alien. I like how Alien is in Hungarian because Alien is called the eighth passenger is death. I, I kind of like that. It sounds cheesy in English, but and then on in Aliens is the planet's name is Death.
I mean, that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, I kind of like that one. It's cheesy, but I kind of like that one. But yeah, usually it's like in Bruges, or how two guys were on a journey and they did some things. Usually that's the subtitle, you know?
Yeah.
I know in Bruges have a very, very bad one, but I don't remember what it is exactly.
So
Let me see.
before before I understood that there was major differences between English dialects, I didn't know how to pronounce that. So I was like, "What's in Bruges?"
In Bruges. Okay, let me look at a list of worst Hungarian subtitles.
Also, the
Oh,
Hungarian
so some,
posters are pretty great sometimes.
yeah, because we used to have like our own artwork, but some of it is nice.
Oh yeah, like the
I've got
the
some of it.
specifically the first Star Wars movies poster is like pretty great.
Yeah. And also because it was illegal to have those movies.
Was it?
Yeah, well, socialism. As
Ah,
like,
yeah.
as imperial American stupid movies. But, people still watched it, and how they watched it is, um, it usually leaked on like video, on VHS cassettes or something.
Mm-hmm.
And the how it leaked is there were like top officials in the Communist Party who got their special own editions that were translated, but it wasn't dubbed. So what happened was a guy, just one guy, just talks through the movie for you and just says everything in a very monotone voice. So it was like, and Luke took out his lightsabers and he swings at the thing. Oh no, no, Luke, don't do this. It was like this. It's terrible, but it's really funny listening it back.
That's
There's some
awesome.
like really, really good gems like Terminator, like that and shit. It's really funny.
I love that.
My favorite thing is when a surprise hit has a punny Hungarian title, so then every movie then. So let me try that again. My favorite thing is when surprise hit has a punny Hungarian title, so then every movie even remotely related to the same thing will have the same pun worked into the title. Oh yeah, that's bad. Look at this. I was trying to send me something.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I remember Borat has a bad one. like a super long subtitle. What am I looking at? Why are you sending me? Are you still looking for it? Or is it should be there already? Let me look at my list again. Some of these are not translatable.
Yeah, unfortunately, most films translated into German are pretty close to the English translation, so you don't get weird, goofy stuff.
Okay, here's one. So there was like a Red Riding Hood movie, apparently. It was a 3D animation kind of thing. It was called Hoodwinked.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
In Hungarian, it's called Ready, the Good, the Bad, the Wolf, and the Ultra Granny.
The Ultra Granny?
Yeah, the Ultra Granny.
Oh my god.
It's terrible.
That's amazing.
Oh yeah. So, there's a Brian De Palma film called The Untouchables.
Mm-hmm.
And in Hungarian it's called The Untouchables, parentheses, The Man Who Killed Al Capone, parentheses.
Huh.
Because that's really needed to be in the title. Big Bang Theory is called Brain Cools.
Brain cools?
Brain Cools. It's a bit hard to explain, but it just sounds... Well, it sounds bad, but it sounds...
Sounds like an idiom.
Yeah. It's not, but...
Does he still...
Oh my god, this... I didn't know this. Okay, so... Wet Hot American Summer.
Yeah.
Idiots in the Pants, or I Know Who You Fucked Last Summer.
I like that one.
It sounds terrible.
It's a good pun off of
Yeah, but that's a good example of what Patty is saying, is that yeah, you get that famous movie and they try to work that into everything. What you did last summer, who you fucked last summer, who you beat up last summer, stupid shit like that. Let's see. Oh yeah, Breaking Bad is really bad.
Is it?
Yeah, yeah. So Breaking Bad, for some reason, it's called Total Suckage.
Total Suckage?
Total Suckage.
Okay.
I think they're trying to do the suckage part is like the drug use.
Oh, I guess that
I
makes
don't
sense.
know why. Total. It's terrible.
Although, to be fair, I didn't know Breaking Bad was a phrase in English until the show came out.
Yeah, that's true. That total suckage is not great.
No. That sounds different in English.
Yeah, apparently that's like like a southern US thing. Someone broke bad.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard Vince Gilligan talk about it. Oh, because Ted was popular, so it's from Seth MacFarlane. They worked Ted into A Million Ways to Die in the West
Oh, did they?
in like a really forced way,
Oh.
but it's untranslatable. Um,
Just say it in Hungarian and I'll just nod my head in approval.
okay. Hogyan rohanj a vesz Tedbe? That's how they worked Ted in, and it means how did you, how you uh run, how you ran into your doom, pretty much.
Oh.
It's terrible.
Well, I mean, both films are
Um,
kind of terrible anyway.
okay. Okay, Tenacious D, the pick of destiny,
Mm-hmm.
is Tenacious D or the, oh my god, what's the word for that? Okay, Tenacious D or the round rock stars. I don't know why round
Well,
round rock stars.
I guess they're a little rotund, but
Yep. Okay.
at least,
There's
I don't know.
okay, and the number one according to this website. Yes, I'm just going to that, Peter. Exactly on the bottom of my list. So okay, so there's a French movie called Vive la France, and in Hungarian it's uh, French sweets or the French Borat blows up the Eiffel Tower. It's terrible. It's just because they just named him French Borat because he has a mustache. It looks like.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think I managed to scare you off Hungarian enough.
Oh, I'm looking at like the Hungarian sentence, and I'm trying to even figure out how I would pronounce that.
Francia drazsék, avagy francia borát felrobbantani, robbantani Eiffel torony.
Yes, sure.
True. True story, bro.
Yeah, as soon as I see like GY anywhere, I'm just like, how do I make that noise?
Duke.
Duke?
How you say Duke?
I say
Duke.
Duke. Like D
Oh,
O
you
O
say Duke?
K.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, that's your problem.
It's because I'm a dirty
uh,
American.
yeah. That's the easiest way I've seen. Uh, yeah. Let me see what the internet says.
Stuff like Stock or Sabot. It's like, okay, those are sounds that I'm used to. Although I'm probably pronouncing it a little bit like a German.
It recommends Jerry, but that's not really.
Jerry?
Yeah, that doesn't really work.
No, that's like a. That's a.
J.
Yeah, that's a
And
completely.
we have our own word for that, or our own letter for that.
Yeah, like that's a completely different sound than what you're making.
Let's see. During? How do you say during?
During?
Ah, you're wrong. You're just wrong.
Is it like the difference between Duran and Duran?
Duran. Yeah, that's similar when you say Duran. If you say during in the correct way,
Yeah.
or in the American way, then you can make them. What else does it say? Yeah, this is why you're having trouble.
What's a sound that I'm not used to? I don't hear that sound.
Yeah. I mean, you can like always just for you know, just substitute it with the j. That's what my girlfriend does.
Ah.
She goes, "How are you, Hodge Wodge?" But it's Hodge Wodge.
Hoidsvad?
But it kind of works. It kind of works. So whatever.
Yeah. Hoidsvad.
Hodge Wodge.
Hoidsvad?
Yeah.
I hope that's close.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
Eventually I'll get it. Like there are some German sounds that took me forever to get used to.
Yeah.
Like the German R. Um,
What is that like?
for the most part, it's like a British R. So like, I would say car, but like someone from the UK might say ka. Something.
Oh,
Yeah, like they kind of just drop it off or soften it. It's
yeah.
So that one's easier for me to approximate, but the sound that took me months.
Yeah.
So
And
like,
so weird sometimes Brits put like extra R's into words that doesn't have R's.
oh, the intrusive R, yeah.
Yeah, fuck me.
Like America.
Obama.
Obama.
That's what I keep hearing. Obama.
Yeah.
Yeah. My girlfriend struggles with. We have like a dessert. Hey, it's called pötjös, and that has a. So we have a ty sound, right? As a ch.
Ch.
But she struggles with hearing because it's a double ty. She struggles hearing between the difference between ch and ch. So yeah, I had trouble with like man and man at some point.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like I can't hear the difference. It's still sometimes a bit weird to me.
In American English, it's a little bit more like obvious the difference. Like I say men and I say man. Like I kind of like exaggerate those vowel sounds.
Okay, yeah,
Um,
that's a bit better. In British, it's man or man.
yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah, because my A is ah, and then like that's not typical for most English speakers globally. Could also pronounce it like German, man.
Man.
Yeah.
That almost sounds like Jamaican or something.
Man kann sagen, was man will.
I don't like that language. I know you love it, but
Ah, ich liebe Deutsch.
to me it sounds so aggressive.
It sounds beautiful to me.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's like one of the most poetic languages. I don't like stereotypical like sing-songy poetic languages like French and Italian. They don't sound good to me.
I hate French.
French sounds like
French is the
ugh.
Yeah, French is the only one I don't like less than German. Sorry to disappoint you.
Most Americans
don't
don't like the sound of German either, so.
Yeah, I just don't like how it sounds. It's like, yeah, some sort of aggressive energy behind it to me, in my ears. I'm sure I'm just being racist, as always. But
I mean, I grew up around it, so I'm used to hearing German.
yeah.
Did you? That's how I pronounce did you.
Did you?
Did you?
It's not a hard thing to pronounce. Did you? Oh,
Oh,
he might mean
oh,
that's how you can get the j. Did you?
did ya?
Did you?
Did ya?
J. So
J,
if you just isolate the j,
j.
that's the gy.
So like
Did you?
Magyar,
Yeah, Magyar.
Magyar.
Another thing you might have problem with is all our different O's and U's, like ooh ooh, ooh. That's sorry, 8 different letters.
Oh, are you talking about like the umlauts?
Yeah.
I could approximate them with a German umlaut.
Yeah.
Like
True.
o, u, a, e.
Yeah. Betty says you're getting closer, so I think DJ is your in.
Did ya? Magyar vagyok.
Well done.
Thank you.
DJ. That's interesting. I always went with the Duke, but you say Duke.
Well, yeah, like a dirty American.
Do you say Duke of Hazards?
Duke of Hazards?
What's it called? That racist TV show or whatever.
The Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah. Okay. I just don't know.
I've never really
Dukes
seen
of
that.
Hazard.
That was a thing when my mom was a kid.
Yeah, Dukes of Hazard. Let me just check on things quickly.
No worries. Getting close to coloring time.
Oh, nice. That's my favorite time.
I do appreciate that Hungarian doesn't unnecessarily gender things like German does.
No, that's why I hated English as well. Oh, it's all this, and you know, I'm a very progressive person, but always when people do that, like, this is my pronoun, I always think it's like, oh, just stop with this bullshit. But not because they want to identify with something, but more like, stop this bullshit, stupid gendering.
Oh,
at
no.
all.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like, we don't need it in our language.
Yeah, it would solve so much trouble.
But like,
and then yeah,
German is excessive with it, where like the table is masculine and the wall is feminine and skirts are masculine and galaxies are neuter. It's just like, no.
Yeah, I learned French, that was the same. And why is the desk feminine and the table is masculine? Who knows? But it is apparently.
Yeah.
There's just no logic to it.
Es macht keinen Sinn. Even the word sense in German has a gender.
Really?
Yes.
What's the gender of sense? Wait, it's male.
It would be, I want to say neuter, actually. I don't know why I have to look this up. Der Sinn. It is masculine, so es macht keinen Sinn.
I knew it.
Bad grammar.
Patriarchy wins again. Yeah, it's just so much trouble. With these genders. It's like, just stop having words that describe genders, and that's perfect. And everyone can be anything they want, and no one will get upset, ever.
Yeah.
You can see that in Hungarian society, which is perfectly equal in every way.
It's kind of ironic how like German is so gendered in its language, and it's like super progressive, at least these days, when it comes to gender and gender expression. But then Hungary is the polar opposite.
Yeah, well, language helps a bit, I bet, but
Yeah.
not that much. Like, that's how, like, it used to be like a joke kind of thing, which is like, you tell her like a long story about doctor, how she saved someone's son and stuff like that.
Mm.
And then at the end, you say, "Oh, the doctor was female," and that's the whole point. Is like you don't imagine a female doctor because you're sexist.
Yeah.
Um, so I guess it kind of works both ways.
Yeah, English is it's pretty close. Like we don't have grammatical gender, but we still ascribe gender to people.
Yeah, I just don't see the point. But I'm happy there's no object genders. At least that would be a nightmare.
It used to be
Yeah.
about 600, 700 years ago now.
Yeah.
We dropped that pretty quickly after the Norman Conquest.
You know what I was looking up earlier is interesting loan words from other languages, from Hungarian. And I found English loan word. Well, wait, what do you say? Hungarian loan words from English? Words that are in the English language that came from Hungary.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And there's a few. It's very interesting.
I mean,
do you know them?
Like, well, I don't know any specifics other than like goulash.
No, not like that. It's more hidden like that.
Really?
It's less cultural. Yeah. So the big one is coach.
Yeah, yeah, you told me about that.
Oh yeah, I told you about that. Okay.
Yeah, at least with coach.
There's a town. Yeah, there's a town called Koch, and that's why they used to make that like specific, like kind of, wheelie thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Coach. Yeah, coach.
It's a coach.
It's a coach. I was trying to find another word for it. But yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting how that works.
Well, they made it there, and they're like, "Oh, it's the thing. It comes from coach, so it's coach. So we'll name it coach."
Yeah, why not?
And saber, like the sword,
Really?
apparently comes from us. Apparently, yes. They might have deeper roots in like Turkish.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
I've read.
Isn't it a Turkish weapon?
Apparently, it's debated. Apparently.
Ow.
And one very interesting one was more of an expression. It's itsy bitsy.
Really?
Yeah, apparently itsy bitsy comes from us because we say itsy pitsy.
So the
and
itsy
we
bitsy
actually
little
have that
spider.
like itsy bitsy spider.
Yeah.
Itsy bitsy pokochka. Yeah. So yeah.
The more you learn.
It's interesting. Yeah. You wouldn't think there would be anything, but there is some. Let me see if there's any German. It'll be interesting.
Well, I mean, like the Japanese word for part-time job is Arbeiter, which is just the German word for work, Arbeit.
Yeah.
Well,
they have loads of loan words, but mostly from English.
Yeah, a lot of English and Dutch, but like for some reason there are just some German words.
Yeah, that's weird. How did I get that?
I don't know. Arabato. Japanese.
I remember.
Beautiful.
I remember
English.
watching Death Note, and there was like a laugh out loud moment when there's like they're talking about bus hijacking. I was watching it in Japanese, and they went, "Oh, bus hijacker," and I was like, I was laughing so hard after that. It's like, well, that's the most random word to take from any language.
You're right.
Oh, okay. I found some interesting German ones that Hungarian took. Masli? Luck? Does that sound familiar?
Mosley.
Hello?
Like for
No.
a door lock?
No, like luck.
Oh,
with,
luck.
With the U.
Oh, that'd be Gluck.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So if you're wishing someone good luck, it'd be viel Glück.
What would you say disorder is in German?
That's not a word I use.
Okay.
That must be like a dialect thing, because
Okay.
German dialects, like if you get into a heavy dialect, I can't understand like a word that they're saying.
I found some like better examples. So when it says when in Hungary you say stand at attention, like at the soldiers, like tensions, you say Haupttag banal, and that's from German Hauptakt.
Oh, okay.
And there's loads.
Yeah, for disorder it would be Störung.
I actually want to do the other way around.
Oh yeah, Chaos. That's what I would use.
Yeah. It would Kuplerei, and apparently that's in German as well, similar. Let me try the other way around. That's more interesting.
Viel Erfolg. That's good luck. That's another way to say it.
Mm-hmm.
And Pech. But that's like bad luck.
Hmm.
Yeah, this dictionary. Oh, Masel. Okay, there it is.
Yeah, Masli. Yeah.
Oh no, that's originally a Hebrew word. Mazel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, like Mazel Tov?
Yeah, Mazel Tov.
Oh, interesting.
That makes a lot of sense. So that must have gotten in from Yiddish, and then that must have bled into a German dialect that got into Hungary.
Wow. That's cray.
It is. Also, I can read some Yiddish.
Really?
Yeah, it's very similar to German.
Hmm. Wait, how?
Yiddish is a Creole between Hebrew and German.
Really?
Yes, it's been a European language for the better part of 1,000 years, too.
You're blowing my mind.
Yeah, it's where I get the word chutzpah from.
That's crazy.
Chutzpah. It's actually got the German ha.
Wow, you learn something every day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that just means like cojones or balls of steel, I guess is the American way of putting it.
Well, about 23, this came up. I was looking for loan words, but I didn't find anything. Okay, what about this? 23 awesome Hungarian words that don't exist in English.
Oh, God.
Okay. Well, there's first one is kind of obvious. It's like Szerelem, just a word for romantic love.
Saralem?
Like Saralam, yeah. Tuchi Muchi.
That sounds
You
like a
like that?
very cute word.
Yeah, it is. It's a weak-willed person who fears every action.
Okay.
Tuchi Muchi.
So like a...
El
Well, there's a very specifically gendered word for that in English. And I won't say
what?
it.
Oh, I think I know.
Yeah.
Is it like a
It's like a cat.
Yep. El Vadio Dash. The desire to get away from where you currently are.
Oh, Fernweh.
Hmm?
That in German, German has the same concept. It's not wanderlust because it's a little different in English, but it's like a distance pain. Like you don't want to be here.
Yeah.
You want to be somewhere else.
Distance pain.
Yeah, that's what.
We should get the hashtag distance pain going.
That's what it is in German, literally.
There's the 4 shades of siblings. So we don't just say sister brother. We say older sister, younger sister, and there's different words for that.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Like specific words for how you relate to each other.
Yeah. So an older brother is Bach, a younger brother is Uch.
Uch.
Yeah.
Bach. Uch.
That's my favorite one. Kararum. The happiness about someone else's harm or misfortune. That's the Schadenfreude.
Yeah, Schadenfreude.
Yeah, I know something.
Which is funny because in English we have that concept, but we just say Schadenfreude.
Schadenfreude, yeah. Almoschiodik. Well, let me ask you, what do you think that could mean? Just the way it sounds.
Say again?
Interesting. Almoschiodik. What comes to your mind? I'm just curious.
Absolutely nothing. That's...
Alright,
I'll say who eats peanuts. I don't know.
It's the act of starting to smile in a really subtle way.
Is that a word you need to use very often?
You know, it comes up. Like, I'm thinking of like in literature, like when you like describing how someone behaves, it could come very handy actually.
I suppose. I guess I'm just
like,
used to the English way of just clunkily describing things.
Yeah, like how, let's say, you're describing like two people who are starting to have a crush on each other, and like let's say the girl is just like shy way starting to smile.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
That's a way to describe that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's just an idea.
I would just say she shyly smiled.
Yeah. Bezzeg. What do you think that is?
Bezzeg?
Bezzeg.
A bored person?
It's a filling word you use when you name examples of how others were treated differently than you, unjustly. So, like, say, oh, Bezzeg, you were paid more than I was in this job.
Oh, so it's like saying BS.
Yeah, kind of.
Sort of.
It's like a filler word, yeah.
Yeah, it's obviously different, but...
Oh wait, there's an example here. It's almost the same example. I didn't get a raise, Bezzeg, my colleague did. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, of course that it's more like an of course, like a sarcastic of course.
Yeah.
Of course they did.
I guess the official word would be like an interjection.
Yeah. Alright, here's a sexist one.
Oh God.
Of my favorite. Hazi Sharkany. What does that sound to you?
Sounds like calling someone a shark.
It's pretty close, actually. It's domestic dragon, aka your better half.
A domestic dragon.
Yeah.
That sounds kind of badass.
Well, I actually used to use this a lot, often, because like in Hungary, when you in Easter, the tradition is you go around and spray ladies with cologne.
Okay.
So you look. So let's say it's Easter, and I'm being traditional. So I go to your house, and I say a little poem, and my poems usually included this word because I thought it was hilarious at age 9, and it was just a little poem. The roses are blue, the violets are violet. You're a domestic dragon. That was pretty much it. And then I spray you with a cologne, and then you have to give me chocolate eggs.
That's a like weird version of our Halloween.
Yeah, suppose it's very gendered. It's men doing to women, and in the countryside they like it's not cologne, it's like a bucket of water. So they just dump a bucket of water on women, and they get pneumonia and die.
Oh.
So that's fun. Let's see. Mentegetőzik. Is to explain oneself after lazy or improper behavior.
Oh, I do that all the time.
Yeah, this is good for you.
It's a word that I will need to use in my vocabulary.
Oh, this is interesting. Ninch and shinch. What do you think that would mean?
Ninch?
Ninch and shinch.
And shinch.
Yeah, these are two separate words. But they kind of mean the same thing.
Stupid?
No. I'll actually read the description because it's hard to explain. Ninch and shinch both fill a gaping hole by describing the same, as far as we know, only exists in Hungarian. Ninch means the lack of something, while shinch describes the lack of something further. They literally translate to there isn't something, and there isn't that other something either. Confused? The following symbol will do the trick. Okay, so it'll be like, is there coffee? No, there isn't. That's an inch. And tea? No, there isn't tea either. That would be a shinch.
Okay.
Now I'm blowing your mind.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Is it?
Yeah, like... Because in English you would say, no, we don't have that, and we don't have that other thing, but like... You could just say no and no, or ninch and shinch.
Yeah.
Nothing and nothing more.
Nothing more, yeah.
Yeah. That is
kind of useful.
That is kind of useful. I wish we had something like that in English.
Irgum Burgum. What's Irgum Burgum, you think? It kind of sounds... If I separate myself a bit, it does kind of sound like what it is. I think it's very descriptive.
Someone who grumbles too much?
That's very close. An expression of playful anger, mostly used with children.
Okay, yeah.
So you're pretending to be angry at a child, and you go, "Egum burgum, I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be mad now."
Yeah, I could see that then, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, I don't even know that word, so I'm not gonna.
I mean, like in English, at least here in the States, like you would say like oogie boogie, I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, it's like that. Irgum burgum. Ne banch virag. This is a fun word because it's made up of a lot of different words that you can deconstruct it. So it's ne banch virag. Ne is don't, banch is hurt, virag is flower. Don't hurt flower, and it means a super easily offended person.
Oh, okay. Like we would call that a snowflake.
Yeah, that's new though.
Yeah, that yeah, that's like recent new, but
Well, a few boring ones. Okay. Meghazudtól. To make someone appear as a liar by lying about what they did or didn't say.
I don't know if that needs to
So,
be a short phrase.
yeah, so it's like example sentences. A real friend would never meghazudtól you, which would mean a real friend would never lie. Oh my god, my brain. I'm shut down mode. So, alright, let's skip on that one. let's go to a fun one. Susmetal. What do you think that could mean?
Say that again?
Susmetal.
Well, the English in me hears sus and wants to say suspicious, but I don't think that's true.
No. It's like a very it's almost an onomatopoeia kind of word. It's like to do something lengthy and with the uttermost care.
Okay.
So you're like, I was susmetaling for hours and still couldn't solve it. Anyway, we went through the whole list now.
Yeah, I would actually say I was fiddle fucking around with that, but like that's not like proper English.
Yeah. There we go. So, test this tomorrow. I hope you memorized all that.
Oh god, no. Acquiring a new language takes like years. That's something I had to like really impress on my students when I was still teaching and tutoring, and most of them just refused to accept it. They're just like, I want to learn it like now, and I'm just like, that's not how that works.
No.
It takes a long time, and you have to like, it's being a part of another culture, and so you can't just learn words.
That's probably a good way to start, but yeah, can't just do that.
Yeah, like it is helpful to learn words and it is helpful to study grammar a little bit, but like you're learning to communicate with other people and at a certain extent, you do kind of need to like understand their point of view, and that requires understanding their culture and their background.
Yeah. I'm still learning English.
Oh yeah, I mean, like, even native speakers still learn their language until they die, so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
I might have to pick this up another time.
Getting
I'm getting a
sleepy?
bit tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, it's been like an hour and 40.
Yeah. You said we're close to coloring. You lied to me.
let me real quick get some green in.
Yeah. Just to show.
Yeah. So that is at that. We want to get a little bit. I'm gonna have to tweak the green later, but this is as close as it's gonna be right now. I can do it now. Let's. Where did my that go? Why did that go away? Let's pump a little yellow in there. That's better.
Yay.
50.
I do see kind of a delayed thing. Just to remind you.
Uh-oh.
It's baby puke green.
Yeah, I'll refine the colors, like, later, but... $40. That's roughly about what it'll look like. Plus a little bit of yellow. I gotta like actually refine the green palette. It's just plain right now, but
looks super awesome. I should be going because I'll just be yawning.
Yeah, I got other stuff to do.
Thanks for whoever joined us.
Yeah.
This languages stream.
Language and pixels.
Language and pixels. Hopefully, we'll be back.
Yeah.
Hopefully
next time streaming won't be a pain in the butt to start again.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll just advertise your channel then.
Yeah.
It's just easier.
I was really hoping we could do it on your Instagram channel, because that's where all of the viewers would want to be. Or at least where your audience is.
I don't know. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
We'll look into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. Thanks, Emily.
Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah. Thanks very much for doing it.
Yeah, no problem. I will let you go get some sleep.
Yeah, I'll just rest in general. It's a bit early, but yeah, my brain is gone.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Alright. Have fun.
Stay
safe.
Yeah.